The NAs are flowing.
Do you have only NAs in the house?
We have one hard kombucha.
Saving it for a special occasion.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah.
You got no real beers in the house.
No, yeah.
That's
Well, no, we do. We do actually have some Bud Lights.
Okay.
We have warm Bud Lights.
Nice.
If you do want one of those, we can give that to you.
Is that
Dude,
purpose?
yeah. Well, we wanted to have some beers, but obviously the cat's on the fritz, so we didn't want to just didn't want to be drunk at all and
Yeah, I
dealing
get
with
it.
anything. So I literally went to Target last night and got 2 6-packs of Heineken Zeros and Scrabble.
The cashier's like, your cat's sick? I feel you, man.
It's gonna be a rager tonight.
We're looking at Scrabble and NAs.
Cashier's like, okay, we got
rocks.
Heineken NA, Scrabble.
There's a bunch of toys right by.
Is it the glucose levels? Same with my cat.
Yeah,
I got you.
Dude, the funny thing is the NAs when you drink it, I don't know if it's like placebo, but you do get a little buzzed. Either that or you just like you're taking in whatever it's in there and you just get a little sleepy.
I don't know.
I think it's like the beer version of an acid flashback, where you're like,
Yes.
I remember how this feels.
yeah.
Right.
I have a buddy who drinks NA beers and whiskey. So when he drinks, when
Yeah,
a night
I
out
did that for
drinking,
a little bit.
yeah,
Yeah.
he'll drink whiskeys. But then he's like, when I get a beer, I get a Heineken Zero, so I don't get fucked up.
Yes.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
It does balance it out, but the whiskeys can get on top of you pretty quick.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember, you remember when you were on your double Basil Hayden phase? Dude, Chris,
Double Basil Hayden?
Yeah.
Basil Hayden's a whiskey.
Okay, I
And
don't
we
know.
would like be at a bar, we'd be drinking, and Chris would go, "It's about that time. Can I get a double Basil Hayden, please?" And they would just, we'd be at like a shitty dive bar. They would just bring out a water glass of whiskey.
Oh, man.
Just slide it across the
yeah.
table. I'm like,
Dude.
oh no.
Oh yeah, Patty O'Brien's or whatever, Patty's Pub,
Right near,
whatever that
Patty's
place-
near the
right near the
stand.
stand.
Yeah.
Sissy McGinty's.
That was crazy. They genuinely gave me like a pint
glass.
glass full of whiskey. I was like, this is insane.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. But it does. It did. That's the other thing is that what happens is you're drinking regular beers for so long. Like if you're on a real beer bender situation, and then you try to drink beers again, you're like, this is gonna just fill me up, not get me drunk fast enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you
That makes
switch
sense.
to the whiskey, and then you just wind up fighting people. you just wind up
Yes.
You're
screaming.
just swinging.
it is so funny. The amount of times drinking whiskey that I'm like, no, it's not the whiskey. I'm mad. I'm genuinely
No,
mad
I'm
about
actually
this.
pissed off.
I have good
No.
reasons to be upset.
I've had fights like that with my lady when I'm drinking booze. Because
Oh,
you,
yeah.
you can't win. Either you're beering all night, you're drinking beers, and then you're fat and bloated and full, or you're like, I'm going to try to stay lean and also not feel like shit. So I'm going to drink whiskey. And then you end up being like, no, it's not. I wanted to bring this up yesterday. I was thinking about this 2 p.m. yesterday. Was I drinking? No, so
I thought about it yesterday.
and I left it until
Yeah.
right now because it just felt like the right
Yeah, you're
moment.
like drunk words or sober thoughts.
Yes.
It does feel like in every bottle of whiskey, there's a guy going, "You gonna let just people walk all over you?"
You're just gonna let her trash you like that? Damn,
Every
dude.
whiskey drunk is you staring at the bar, going, "You can just let everyone bully you, push you around.
They think you're a small
You're gonna
man.
fight back."
They think you're little. Dude, I've never
Jo-
experienced this.
What the whiskey
really?
anger?
Whiskey anger.
Dude,
we
Johnny
should do it
Walker
tonight.
gets in your ear and he's
Yeah,
like,
he's-
"She's interrupting you. You hate when she interrupts.
yeah.
She always does.
She
that.
always interrupts. You hate when she interrupts."
She's an interrupter.
Yeah, and the reason she does is because you don't speak up for yourself. You never,
So
you
funny,
never
dude.
speak up for yourself, and this has been a problem in every relationship you've ever had.
Dude, whiskey gives you a victim
Just-
complex.
dude, it really does. It's the
You think
ultimate.
that? That you don't speak up for yourself?
No, that
That'd
would
be
be
psychotic.
that would be
If
crazy.
Tula thought he didn't speak up for himself? That'd be insane. Can you imagine?
Just all night screaming, being
Dude,
like,
yeah.
"I never talk
I
anymore."
never talk. I'm not loud or brash.
That would be like a delusional thing again. I
Psychotic.
never speak up for myself.
Yeah. I can understand, Chris, you thinking that you're more a reserved person. But Luke, speak up for yourself. Everyone's walking all over you.
What was that thing you said the other day? You were making me laugh. We were talking about how we're both getting fat, and you were like, I was like, I can't gain weight. I'm gonna like look. This is a bad look if you're trying to make it an entertainment. You're too fat. And he's like, yeah, you also can't be fat. You're like, you can't do your yelly Northeastern I hate everything shtick if you're fat. Like,
Yeah. I said you can't do your mean Northeastern thing. If you're a big fat ass, like it doesn't work. You have
Why
to-
isn't this guy jolly?
Yeah. Aren't these guys jovial? What's with the sass? Can you imagine a fat, like, giant, sassy Luke? Just a 400-pound Luke. Look what you doing.
I mean, that's just literally Tony Soprano.
Yeah, you'd have to be
True.
Tony.
Gandolfini.
But he's like, he's basically like, he can kick anyone's ass. He gets tons of pussies.
Yeah, I'm too. You also can't be a short fat guy.
Yeah, it's
Because
true.
when you're
He's like
tall and fat,
6'4".
you're big.
How big was Gandolfini?
Yeah.
Short and fat's like pathetic.
Short and fat sucks. Yeah.
You gotta
Short
pick
and
one.
fat sucks. Yeah.
You gotta pick one.
Because the like the thing about a big fat guy is you go, this guy could beat my ass,
he could crush
but
you.
he's being so nice.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
a little fat guy, you're like, this guy wants to kick my ass,
Yeah.
But he
but I
can't.
will beat the shit out of him.
Yeah.
Just
I
get
will
behind
run
him.
around him,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
attack him from behind.
Yeah, go for the knees from
Cut him
behind.
off the ankles. Yeah. You don't think of, like Shane. You don't think of as a fat guy. You think
No,
of him, he's
not
just
at
a
all.
giant.
No,
Dude,
he's big dude.
Dude, we played pool basketball. Gertie, he told me that you guys played Shane 4-on-1 and lost by like 10 points.
Oh yeah,
Dude,
4-on-1?
it's you.
he's
Any confidence you have versing him in
What is
pool
he
bas-
doing?
He's Wemby.
He's Wemby?
He's
He can
Victor
just-
Wembanyama.
Can he shoot and...
He can dunk without jumping.
yeah, he's
Oh.
He's Shaq.
He's
dude.
Shaq. He's
How-
Shaq.
how-
He's
high
Shaq
is
with
the
no fouls.
thing?
He's just grabbing people and throwing them. He's
Full
literally
contact, full
just
basketball?
picking up comedians and throwing them
throwing
to the,
Gardini out of them.
to the other end of the pool and then taking the basketball and jamming it.
Damn.
Dude, it was like a cartoon. It was like an episode of like Rocket Power or something. It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
We were it was like me, Lemaire, and Gardini were hanging off his arms, and he's just dragging three adult men, and he takes these big sweeping steps. And, we're all like, I'm literally. It was like I was hanging on the ladder on the back of a boat. I was just like grabbing his arm, and I'm just getting swung around. I
And
look
as
like a sloth,
as
dude.
much as you resent getting thrown about, there is like that little kid piece of you where it's like, this feels like playing with dad again.
Yeah, it does.
It's kinda
you know,
fun.
you're a little kid in the pool
Yeah.
and you're just like, you can't hurt him.
Yeah. My big cousin, he was like 10 years, 15 years older than me or something. I don't know how old he is. But we'd get a bounce house. Every birthday, there'd be a bounce house, and he would throw me from one side to the other. And I'd like run back like a cat or something,
Oh
just
my
getting
God.
tossed. Just getting thrown into the pool.
Yeah.
That shit rules.
Yeah. There is something very like interesting when you're a little boy.
About your father just throwing you.
Yeah,
Yes.
getting thrown places
Yeah.
and not getting hurt is like
Right. That
a
must be like
dream.
Yeah, it's like the dwarf thing. You know? You know what I'm talking about? That's always a thing in like movies, like in Wolf of Wall Street. They like toss them and like shoot them out of a cannon. Like,
Right.
That's got to be the same impulse of just
Yeah.
tossing them.
It's the untold part of that story, which
Yeah.
is that the dwarves love it.
Yeah, 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 dude.
Dwarves are having a great
Dwarves are
time.
going.
Everyone thinks that it's like really condescending and bigoted, but it's the most fun they can have.
Yeah, I mean, can you imagine how fun that would be?
Dwarves never lose that.
Yeah, they're getting paid to have a great time.
Yeah.
They can't get on a roller coaster. It's the equivalent.
There has to be, thousands of dwarfs.
Yeah,
little
it's probably
people.
like being an astronaut. It actually
Yeah.
doesn't pay that much. Like, like there's a huge line for it. Like, you think like, oh, this must be like a special set of skills. It's like, no, everybody wants to do this. Actually, especially with like a teacher's salary.
There's a height pay gap.
Yeah, he's on food stamps.
Oh, damn.
He's got EBT.
Imagine getting haggled down on your pay to get Velcroed to a wall.
He's going, I've had it up to here.
Well, I mean, mistreated.
We're gonna unionize.
The dwarf union. This is the Lollipop Guild.
Yeah, dude. They have labor unions in Munchkinland.
Yeah, dude. Oh, dude, the dwarf union is so funny, dude.
Yeah.
Holy shit, that kills me.
It is funny to think of like the one dwarf kind of like mob boss of the whole thing, you know?
Yeah.
Just running the show.
Yeah.
Just the meanest dwarf of all time.
Right, he's got
walking
like a
in.
cigar and like a bowler hat. Yeah.
At the end of every month, you're going to give me 10% of your candy canes. And you'll get protection.
I'm getting points on the butterscotch.
Holy shit,
Dude, you gotta think. You know how like Samoans, like 1 in every 65 Samoans is in the
like
NFL?
an NFL player.
You gotta think that's how dwarves are with just being celebrities, like actors,
What are the-
TVs.
yeah, what are the-
like
what is- what are
what
the-
percentage of dwarves are on TV?
That's a good.
It's gotta be a pretty
question.
higher than any other demographic.
Yeah. I
True,
wonder.
with like the reality shows and stuff.
You got reality shows. What's that?
If you
what was that?
compare the
Little People,
amount-
Big World,
Yeah,
Yeah.
which is
dude. If you're a dwarf, there's like a 1 in
Little
11
People,
chance you're gonna be a
normal
TV
size
star.
world, really.
Yeah. They're probably the most devastated that there isn't a real Santa's workshop. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when that news gets broken to them
Right.
that Santa's not real, like
Yeah. Well, what if
that's
they?
like someone
What if,
being
not,
like,
what if
"There's
they all
no
thought it was
such
real?
thing as a fireman."
Yeah.
No 8-year-old is like, I want to work at Santa's workshop. You're like, well, I'm not an elf. It's simply not allowed. I couldn't possibly. There's no managerial work or anything like that. You're either Santa or an elf. It's a very binary.
It's like it's like if a Mexican turns 18, you're like, actually, nobody's got a garden.
Yeah.
all
America's
garden,
not
all
real.
real.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
there's no
sorry.
garden.
It's just
Sorry.
made up.
Yeah, there's nothing on the other side of the border. It's just
Yeah.
more Mexico.
There's no Los Angeles. Sorry, we were lying about that. You can't.
Dude, I love working with Mexicans, dude.
Yeah, you are.
I've been hanging blinds, dude. They're crazy.
Are they as
They're very hardworking. It's like
Yeah.
insane how
Yeah.
hardworking they are. I've never seen them. Also, they love soda.
oh, okay.
They'll
So
be
they're-
sweating,
so they're
fully
doping.
covered
They're
in.
doping.
Yeah, probably, dude.
PEDs.
Probably it might be. Wait, is the soda from meth? Or are you saying like?
No,
No, that's
just-
Because
their.
when you're on meth,
Yeah.
you love soda.
No,
too.
that's their
Yeah.
HGH, dude.
Yeah, it's just Fanta.
Yeah,
Fanta y Coca-Cola.
yeah. If
I've
you're
never
crushing
seen them
Diet
drink.
Cokes, you can cut as much wood.
Dude, they're drinking regular sodas. They're drinking like weird sodas I've never even seen before. Like an apple one. They always have this glass apple one.
Yeah.
It's like a Mexican
Oh, like
soda.
Jarritos.
Yeah, it's a different
The
Jarritos.
green glass.
No, it's a clear. It looks like apple juice, but it's like carbonated apple soda.
Yeah.
They love that, dude. I've never seen them drink water.
Have you ever tried this apple soda?
No, it looks really good though.
Yeah.
A real sugar artificial.
I need to
you know,
I need to
apple
be better
soda?
about like broadening because I
That sounds gross.
I've tried Mexican sodas before and just been like, this is wrong. What you're
Really?
doing- This isn't a cultural difference.
You don't like Jarritos?
What you're doing is wrong. I remember going to England once and they had a sports drink that was carbonated, like a Gatorade. but-
Ew.
yeah. And I was
it's-
like, this is
Come on, man.
yeah. This is
They're fucking up drinks now.
yeah.
Their
Yeah.
food was so bad. Now they've
Yeah.
colonized drinks.
No, everything they do is wrong.
Dude, their food is
it's-
psychotic.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
had this argument about Europe.
Yeah.
I was like, man, because I love it there. And I was like, your girlfriend's ever better. I was like, yeah, it's great. It's the best. It's like every city's like New York or Boston, but they're kind of better, you know. And Chris was
older.
like, fucking chill out. No, it's not. And I was like, why? What's your problem? And I thought you'd have some like criticism of like the infrastructure or the culture or something.
No.
You're like, when I go to a restaurant in Dublin and I order a water, why do they bring over a carbonated water?
Wait,
Yeah.
that happened?
You were saying,
Yeah. In Europe, they think water is like Perrier.
Like soda water?
Yes.
Oh, Perrier. They have
Yeah.
a lot of mineral water.
Yeah, but it's
they
like,
love mineral water for
it's
some
not.
reason. It's
you know?
gross.
And I know it's like, yeah, it's like, you know, the
Tastes like
lie
rocks.
breaks. This facade breaks down somewhere. Like,
And they hate ice.
yeah,
Which is crazy.
again,
Dude, you'll get like a lukewarm. If you get a Coke, it's a lukewarm can of Coke and an empty glass.
yeah.
I'm like, this is crazy.
yeah, and
they
it's
don't
a
have
room
ice.
temperature that's like
Yeah.
not room temperature. You know what I mean?
It's like a step above, just barely.
It's like it's so room temperature. It feels like they've stored it at room temperature.
It's like a
for
wine cellar.
centuries.
Yeah. It's like we keep it at 72. Yeah.
The molecules in this water have never moved faster or slower.
Yeah. They've been perfectly. It's stagnant. It's stagnant Coke. Yeah, it sucks. No, I agree.
Dude, I felt this way when I worked at some craft beer bar in East Boston, and we had a cask. That was the first time I saw a cask.
Yeah.
And the guy that owned it was like, this is like how real beer is supposed to be made in Europe. They've been doing this for centuries. We don't know how to do it right. We came up with carbonated cold beer, yada yada yada. I tasted it. I was like, this tastes like shit. This is like I left it in my trunk all day. This beer sucks.
Is it
It's
warm?
Yeah, it's warm beer with no carbonation. It's
Ew.
literally if I left a 6-pack
Yeah.
in the trunk of my Chevy Cruise, it would
while it
taste
was
the exact
open.
same.
Yeah, it feels like
Blows.
Flat, warm beer. They're like, this is the way.
Yes.
I mean, that's idiotic.
And I was getting condescended to about this. Like
Yeah,
I
it's
didn't
crazy.
understand
Yeah.
beer on some
People
deeper
will hit you
level.
that kind of shit. They're like, it's actually the real better way. It's like, no, it's the older way that wasn't as good. Like that doesn't make it
That had
better.
to be like
it's a traditional way.
yeah.
Have you seen like the first what the early not I don't know if it's like the first sushi, but it's like the one of the earliest forms of sushi pre-refrigeration where they just stack like fish in barrels of salt and then like take it
Oh.
out. So it's like the nastiest fart fermented like shit fish.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, this is the oldest traditional way of making sushi. No one eats it anymore.
Yeah,
yeah,
you're like,
because
don't-
it sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like,
We have
don't
moved on.
condescend to me about your horse
We
and
have
buggy
yeah,
yeah,
sushi.
dude, we
Yeah.
have refrigeration now.
Yeah, that's how I feel about people like trying to tell me that Tootsie Rolls are good or like
Ugh.
Hershey Kisses. It's
Gross.
like, dude,
Both disgusting.
this sucks.
Yeah.
The candy has gotten so,
So
much
much
better.
better.
Yeah.
You don't need this,
Dude,
Yeah.
fucking Tootsie Rolls are nasty.
I'm convinced nobody likes them.
I have no like. I think
Yeah.
babies eat them, and
Old people.
old
probably.
people. It's like a very it's the ends of the age.
Yeah, you give a baby
Bracket.
maybe the tip of a Hershey Kiss so
Ugh.
that it's
I
they're
hate
trying
Hershey's.
chocolate for the first time.
Yeah,
Those
Hershey's is
watermelon,
gross.
those watermelon candies, old ladies like kind of rule though.
Watermelon candies.
Like a Jolly Rancher.
Are you
you
talking
ever
about the
seen-
straw? Those are strawberries.
The strawberries?
The ones that are like kind of chewy
Yeah,
and
they
hard.
are
Yeah, they're
strawberries, you're
fucking dumbass, dude.
I can't fucking.
This guy's such an idiot.
I can't work out.
Doesn't even know
I can't even-
what kind of fruit the hard candy is shaped like. Dude, the other week I was like, yeah, I've become more self-aware since then. And he goes, like, self-aware about yourself?
No,
Who the fuck else would I be
dude,
self-aware
it
about?
made sense
It
in the
made no.
context.
He said self-aware about yourself.
Yeah.
I can't wait till you try this stinky little attitude on the Mexicans on the job site.
Dude, I've been a motherfucker. I've been such a little twerp at work.
Dude, you're gonna get a bottle. Dude, you're gonna get a bottle of apple
Such
crust
a
thrown at your
sass
head,
queen,
dude.
Like my buddies, they pick me up in the
Yeah,
work
of
van.
course I want an apple soda.
Yeah, I'm thirsty. It's hot. Of course, I want a syrupy soda right now that you put in some
Yeah.
freaky ass bag.
Summer in
and, yeah.
Texas, we've been working in the heat all day.
Dude.
I
I'm
don't
like,
want
you
a
guys
2-liter
are
Sprite.
all. They're all. None of them are fat. They eat nothing but like soda and like fucking gas station food.
Yeah.
And they're like this big. I'm like, they're just working, bro.
God.
Working their
They
asses
gotta
off.
have diabetes.
They might. I mean,
Maybe
I think
they
they
don't get it, I
exercise
don't
so
know.
much that it doesn't matter. They're on their feet like 10 hours every day, and they do
Yeah.
hard stuff. They do actually hard labor. You know.
I don't know. I was like, wow, I forget where I was seeing it. I think I was watching I think it was like a PBS documentary about like how like Native Americans and people like Native South Americans too, like can't handle what's going on. Like their bodies, like, because we've been raised in the darkness. We're like white people have gradually made themselves
Yeah.
more disgusting and
attuned to the
broken.
gods. Yeah.
I was born eating microplastics.
Yeah. But like all this just came and hit them, and their bodies have no idea what the fuck is going
Yeah,
on.
they've
Because
been-
it's just
They're
chemicals.
just
and
storing fat in places that just like they're like it doesn't
They
make
have
any
forearm
sense.
fat.
Their
knees are blown
proper
up.
Fuck.
they're bulging like a tree trunk.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was shocking because it was
It's like a snake that just ate a rat. It's just you can just see the whopper in their side. Dude, yeah. Well, yeah, dude.
Can't be digested.
It doesn't process. I learned that in the.
Every Ecuadorian looks like Squidward after he ate all the
Yeah,
Krabby
it's
Patties.
all in his thighs.
Sponge it on him.
All right, this episode is brought to you by Omaha Steaks. With Father's Day right around the corner, what do you give the man who has everything? Easy. You give him an experience he'll never forget. You give him Omaha Steaks because a world-class dad deserves a world-class steak. Father's Day experts at Omaha Steaks have made it easy to put a smile on the big guy's face this summer with hand-selected gift packages starting at just $89. Just go to omahasteaks.com and use promo code StuffIsland at checkout for an additional discount when you go to gourmet gift packages for Father's Day. With Omaha Steaks, the possibilities are endless. Endless flavor, endless variety, endless value. Truly, they have perfected more than steak, and your dad is guaranteed to love every bite. Pick from premium proteins like juicy pork chops, air-chilled chicken, and beefy burgers. Go to omahasteaks.com and use promo code StuffIsland to get exclusive savings. Shop for unforgettable gifts that are guaranteed to make Dad's day, because if there's one thing Omaha Steaks knows, it's that dads want steak. That's omahasteaks.com, promo code StuffIsland at checkout to save on exclusive packages starting at just $89. All right, guys, go to omahasteaks.com. Check it out. They're fantastic. We're going to be doing a look at dish where we shoot. We're going to make some of these steaks and maybe some chicken, some of their pork and stuff. We're going to be making all kinds of Omaha stuff for you. So check that out. Also, guys, we got dates coming up. June 12th, we're at Tacoma. June 15th, we're in Portland. June 16th, we're at Cobb's Comedy Club in San Francisco. Helium in Portland on the 15th. Tacoma Comedy Club on June 12th. Guys, come check us out. Also, I'm sorry. Sorry I wasn't in Portland, Maine. And I'm sorry I won't be in Albany tonight. Got some life stuff going on. Had to be back in Austin, take care of a little kitty cat who's all fucked up. So, but I will see you in Tacoma, Washington, Portland, Oregon, and San Francisco, God willing. All right? See you later. Enjoy the rest of the show.
I heard that from Killers of the Flower Moon. They are all dying of diabetes.
Right.
They got money and they got like rich food and they all just started like dying.
Yeah. That
Besides,
makes sense.
have you seen it, right?
Yeah.
Have you seen Killers of the Flower Moon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When
so
did they
it's-
mention the diabetes?
I don't remember, but I remember learning that.
Yeah, no, because his wife.
Yeah, she's diabetic.
Yeah, she's
That's
diabetic.
right.
Yeah, she's diabetic,
And
and that's why.
And that's why he's
he
giving her
fakes
that
the
poison.
yeah.
One way to spoil.
That was a movie that should have been like a series.
It was too long.
It was
I
both
loved
too
it,
long
but it
and not
was-
long enough.
That's
Yeah, I
fair.
get what
You know
you're
what I mean?
saying.
Like that should have been 10
Yeah.
hours.
That's
Yeah.
true. That would have been sick.
And then they like, because there was just, it feels like the second half of that movie, you're like, what? Okay.
It
There's
really
just, like
ramps
the
up.
feds show up, and then like all of a sudden you're like, there's a court case, but you're like zooming through the court case. And
Yeah.
You're like,
Yeah.
I don't, what's going on?
Yeah, it
That's
should have been
true.
like a 6-episode HBO miniseries.
Yeah.
6
where they could,
hours.
like, actually, like,
I'd love that. I
Yeah.
really
It'd
liked
be
the
great.
movie. It was like 4 hours. It was in 3.5 hours. It was crazy.
yeah.
I told you I saw that with two black people, like he's screaming at the screen. I saw it.
Screaming about what?
First of all, they left like 30 minutes in. They'd had enough, but the first 30 minutes.
The idea of seeing like a very beautifully done artistic film with black people in the theater
It's
is
so fun.
it's like they're still reacting like it's a horror film. Like, there's a black guy behind you during Manchester by the Sea. Man, this motherfucker droopy as hell. Pick yourself up by the bootstraps, man.
I tried to watch a Woody Allen movie with Lemaire once, and we almost fought.
Which
we almost
one?
like came to blows, like Stardust Memories.
Okay, I don't know that one.
We were drunk. We were drunk in Nashville.
That's
and I was
awesome.
like, "Well, let's watch this. You're gonna like it." And he just sat there rolling a blunt the whole time.
Yeah,
You're like,
no
Woody
way.
Allen's fucking sucks. Fuck
Oh
this.
my
And I was getting so mad.
Oh,
I
that
hate
drives me
showing
crazy.
people nice things who you like. I know they're not going to appreciate it, but I'm like,
Yeah.
maybe I can like break through. You know,
Yeah.
like I'll be playing music I think is like interesting and good, and my friend will comment and be like, just fucking gay. What the fuck is this?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm like, it's fucking Townes Van Zandt. He's like a fucking genius, whatever. Some country genius who's like weeping into the mic. Like, it's the gayest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, Autumn hit me with one of those on a plane. I made her watch After Sun with Paul Mescal. It's like this critically acclaimed, very like lo-fi, stripped down indie film about a dad falling into a deep depression while with his daughter. And it's a really, I got to be honest, even me who loves a good gay indie film, it really doesn't move much.
Yeah.
And you know, Autumn's a 40-year-old Latin lady, and we're on a plane like across, like we're over the Atlantic Ocean. The movie just ends, and she straight up goes, "The fuck was that?" She was just like genuinely pissed.
She'd been holding it.
As soon as the screen went black, she goes, "What the fuck?" Like, an hour and 40 minutes into this guy like weeping into a bathroom mirror.
Just holding that in from minute 2.
Yeah,
Just
Dude,
what the fuck is
What the
this?
fuck was that?
yeah, she was stewing on it for 2 hours.
Oh, yeah.
Just like this thing.
But I saw the Killers of the Flower Moon, and like there's the scene where she gives him a hat, you know,
Yeah.
and the guy in the back goes, "Oh, he looking fresh." Ooh, he went, ooh. He's like trying it. They're gonna have sex when they get stuck in the house with the the rain and they're drinking or whatever.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Oh, he finna get some." And then they just left.
He injects his wife with poison. That ain't right.
Dude, I was like,
That ain't right.
I was like mad that they were yelling, and then when they left, I was like a little bit like, damn, I kind of want to
Yeah, because
hear a little bit more of this through this 3.5 hour movie. I'm just interested. I want to know how this guy feels about this movie.
Well, it is funny because they're not like wrong.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
He is finna
Like,
get some.
He is finna get
He's
some.
definitely
and
finna
that-
get some.
That is like, it's funny because you sit down at a movie like that ready for it to just like decimate you. It's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
I'm fully here to get like just
A big wave of
obliterated
emotion.
by emotion.
Yeah.
And someone's just like, damn. You know what I mean? Like the hat, which is supposed to be this gesture, probably plays like is like a theme throughout the movie.
Yeah,
or
yeah,
something.
yeah.
You're like, damn, that's like really like great filmmaking. Like fucking sick hat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
I
realize
guess,
how
I guess
dope-
that really is all this is.
Yeah, you realize how corny you are for like searching for metaphors.
For scrutinizing
You're like,
it.
no, the hat's sick, and you're like, fuck, you're right.
Yeah,
the hat is
is
kind of sick.
That's a cool hat. You're right.
It's so funny you got used to it and like missed them.
Yeah, yeah. It was like
'Cause-
30 minutes in. I
yeah.
saw him leave, and I was like, "Oh, damn."
Oh,
But
damn,
the
that's
gross
the-
part was they were like loudly making out, which was pretty gross. like loudly, like, "Oh,
You're like, oh, damn. that's-
With the two people you went with, or they were just in the theater?
no, I know.
I thought you went with
I don't
them.
know these people. No, I've never heard of these fuckers. They're in the back. Like I was in like second row, like third row down, and then two behind me. They were just chirping at the screen and
Okay.
very loudly making out because it was like an 11 o'clock showing on like a Wednesday in Union
Yeah.
Square. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go to this. I don't have a fucking job, you know. I can go to this.
Yeah.
There's not gonna be anyone there. It's gonna be great. And I was like,
Yeah,
"God damn it."
that guy went in there with a plan. He chose the most boring movie.
I
Yeah.
think, yeah, that's probably a
made
good plan.
fun of it.
And then
Got to make out,
and then was like,
finger a
let's
little
leave
bit.
and fuck.
Yeah.
That's a good move.
That
honestly.
is smart. He's
Brilliant,
like, oh,
yeah.
hell yeah.
That's
This
kinda
bitch will
brilliant.
hate
Yeah, yeah.
this.
He's like
Yeah.
4
This
hours.
is
There's no
terrible.
way. We'll
Yeah,
make
that's
it.
probably like it's kind of like the opposite of a scary movie. You know, she doesn't hold you because it's scary, or you know,
Yeah.
it's not only 90 minutes of like stabbing and then it's over.
She sucks your dick because she's bored.
She, yeah,
Yeah.
She's like,
I first-
Jesus Christ.
I first got my dick sucked at Kung Fu Panda.
What?
Yeah, dude.
You, gross.
How?
What do you mean?
Did you go there knowing that would happen?
Now we watched it in my room at
Oh,
my parents'
oh,
house.
that's a lot different.
I thought
Oh,
you
you
meant.
thought
I
I
thought
was
you
in
saw
the
Kung Fu
theaters.
Panda in theaters.
No.
I was
Kung
like,
Fu Panda
that-
came out in
it
like
was a home
2008.
show.
I
I
would
was
be
like,
like
that
12
is
years old.
reckless. Yeah.
I got jacked off to Ice Age 3 once in the theaters.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty
Yeah.
good.
And I almost lost my virginity with Frozen on in the background. It just feels like I'm a pedophile. But chicks like Disney movies. Get out of my life.
So funny.
Really bailed Luke out of this one.
Yeah, that is a great time.
I'm with you, dude. You want to put on like a lighthearted, fucking,
yeah.
you know, funny little thing
can
that
only
you don't
come
really
to
have to
You
the
say.
did
Sandlot,
bail me
yeah.
out.
I bailed you
Yeah.
out, dude. I got jacked off to
I
Ice
totally
Age
feel you,
3.
man. Every time I fuck, I got to put on Mr. Megorium's Wonder Report. Just gotta be rolling.
The Animaniacs Maniacs come on, you get hard. Like,
That's like one of those things that I remember like not wanting to do because I felt like it was like cliche, like making out in a movie theater.
yeah, I agree.
Like I remember going to a movie theater when I was like 13 with my high school girlfriend and her being like, "Let's make out," and me being
The hell?
like a hack.
That's what everybody
You know what I
does.
mean? We're just gonna be the kids making out in the back of the movie theater. That's pathetic. Everyone's gonna look down on us. Yeah,
What's
yeah.
next? You want a ding dong ditch?
Yeah, yeah. You wanna drive out to Lookout Point. It's like, the fuck are you doing? Trying to be original. Yeah. You have any respect for yourself?
I want to get original pussy. That's so funny. What? Yeah, what, dude? I don't. Yeah, I don't really. I haven't done that because I got no pussy in high school.
What?
Made out at a movie?
Yeah, I
Never.
mean,
That's a high school move. I never did that.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, except for that black couple behind you.
Except for that black couple in the behind. But they were in high school.
Except for Mystery Science Theater 300.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I was in college and I got jacked off to Ice Age 3
at the theaters.
At the theater, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, there was no one in there.
That almost feels like, like nostalgic.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Like you were doing it
Oh,
because
yeah,
you
yeah,
missed
because I
out
missed
on
it.
a,
Oh,
missed out on a
100%.
moment.
100%.
Yeah, that's like an old like jazzy
Yeah.
song. You know, that's like
Yeah.
a
I got jacked
lounge
off to
lizzy.
Ice Age 3.
It's like when you're hanging out with
It's like
your
a
bu-
Bruce Springsteen song. I was getting jacked up to Ice Age 3. Playing stickball.
Stuck in this deadbeat town.
Getting jacked off to Ice Age 3.
I was getting jerked off in the movies last night. It was Ice Age 3.
Running against the wind.
Yeah, that was fun though. That was a good time.
Yeah.
I don't regret. I didn't ejaculate because I thought we should probably not do that. You know, sounds like a mess.
Coming is insane.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
can't
yeah,
do that.
Coming in that scenario.
Yeah, it's like
You can't come.
That
So
does.
what's the point
It
of
feels
any
like
of
the
it?
ink bag exploding when you're robbing a bank. Yeah. It's like it's
very
like,
delicate.
we did it. You're jerking me off. We're in a theater.
It's over.
Yeah.
That's crazy enough. We get to have the experience. Let's not make a mess.
No, yeah, that's
Yeah,
not.
That
yeah,
like when the
that'd be
lights come on
disgusting.
and I have to walk out, that there's evidence
Right.
that we did this.
Yeah, I
Then
felt
I'd
that
want
way
to
about.
kill myself if I had just a fucking splooge stain like
Yeah.
walking out of a movie theater. I'd be
Yeah.
like mortified, embarrassed,
I know.
and go, "Why the fuck did I ever do that? I hate myself. I'm gross."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you have a few whiskeys and you'd be like, I should have just had jizz on my pants and told everyone to fuck off.
Yeah. I should have told her to stop
Just got
jerking me off. I
jacked
just
off, fuck
don't
you.
stand up
You
for
know what I
myself.
mean?
Yeah, you never.
Why did
You're
you?
so afraid of what people think. Of you.
Can't concern yourself with that kind of stuff.
man.
Dude, I almost want to experience this. Like, I've gotten
With
angry
the whiskey
drunk.
talking back to you.
Yeah.
I got angry
pretty
drunk
easy.
once, but I was drinking like Fireball out of a. I don't think that counts. In college, I was just drinking a handle of Fireball, and I passed out on a camping trip. And all my friends were tripping on mushrooms, but I wanted to get fucked up. I just wanted to get shit faced, and I fell asleep. I started drinking at like noon. I fell asleep at 9 p.m. And they're like, I got a head full of mushrooms all night.
Yeah.
And I fell asleep in the camp, and they're like talking outside or in the tent, and they're like talking around the fire near me. And I blacked out. I don't remember this, but I was like, "Shut the fuck up!" Just
Yeah.
screaming at them.
Yeah.
And then I broke the tent.
Well, because you went in there with that, that energy.
Yeah,
That must
you-
have ruined their trip, dude.
I definitely. They're like,
Yeah.
they definitely were like, "You were so mean to us last night." And I
yeah.
was like, "I'm sorry, I didn't."
Well, like
what did I
like,
do? I
yeah.
didn't remember.
A resentful blackout like that.
Yeah.
Where you're like, I'm going to get blacked out because I'm mad you're doing mushrooms.
yeah.
I just thought it
That's
was like,
like-
I thought it was like, I think part of me was like, "That's kind of lame. We should all get fucked up.
Yeah.
We shouldn't be like, woo. We should
Yeah,
be
yeah.
fucking like,
And
so
you're
I'm
like-
gonna do it by myself.
yeah, I'll show you the way.
Oh, you want to
Just
explore
in a
yourself?
collapsed tent being like, shut the fuck
Yeah,
up.
literally, dude. I
there's-
slammed through the zipper.
There's a similarity here because doing mushrooms on a camping trip is just as hacky as making out in the movies.
It's true.
Like, it's
Yeah.
really on the same level of hackiness.
Yeah.
One of the most embarrassing memories I have. I was on like a head full of acid, tripping with like my friend, with this big group of people from my college, and I was on all this acid, and these 3 really cute girls came into our tent, and we're like, we want to play Dark Side of the Moon, and like we're all on acid, like we should play Dark Side of the Moon. I was like, oh, you really?
Yeah.
You want to? I said, you want to listen to Dark Side of the Moon on acid?
Yeah.
That's what you want to do. Dude, I gave them so much shit.
Yeah.
And like, we're all like nerds, all my friends, and they look at me like, what are you doing?
Yes.
The 3 hottest girls at this camping trip want to hang out with us and listen to music, and you are shitting on them
Oh, dude.
instantly.
Dude, you have so many stories of condescending your way out of pussy.
I know.
He's condescending his way out of so much pussy,
I
dude.
know. I feel like I've done the same thing.
dude,
just like,
Yeah,
yeah.
dude, I
Someone's
have
like,
so
"Can
many
you
bad
drive me
ones."
home?" And you're like, "Right now."
No, dude.
Idiot! Yeah, this party's awesome. Oh my god, I wanted to hook up with you. Now you're a loser.
Dude, I get really mad when I get tickled. Like I get in
Yeah.
a crazy rage. And this girl I was like dating, who was like, we were fooling
Tickling's
around.
your whiskey.
Yeah, dude, tickling's my whiskey, dude. Dude, 100%. I get so pissed off.
Gonna get fucking tickled right now.
Dude,
So it's
so I'm
tickled, so
fooling
you
around
hate
with this
getting
girl. I'm
tickled.
like a virgin. This is like the first, basically some of the furthest I've ever gone with a lady. I'm like, oh my god. I'm like, man, whatever.
Yeah.
And then she's like, "Ooh, I'm gonna tickle you," and I go, "Get the fuck off of me." And then I tried to like go back in, and she's like, "Get off of me!"
Yeah.
I just screamed at her.
No, I hate that. Fucking stop.
Yeah.
Anyways.
And where were we? And then I just fucking like Charlie Brown walked away. Like, okay, bye. Yeah, that was brutal. I remember that so vividly. I go, get the fuck off of me. Now where were we?
That's
Milady.
amazing.
Dude, I remember one of my buddies had like gotten laid before me, and he came quickly, and the girl she really sucked, and she like told everybody to kind of
that's
like
mean.
roast his ass, like just diabolical.
Yeah.
And then the girl who gave me my first blowjob during Kung Fu Panda, I also came instantaneously.
Yeah.
And we were just kind of sitting there awkwardly, and I was like, "You can't tell anybody about this. I just really don't want anybody to know." And because like in my head, I was like, I'm the next fucking headline.
Yeah.
I'm the next.
Mr. Cumfast.
I'm Mr. Cumfast. and
Yeah.
I'm taking the crown from him.
Yeah.
I'm Mr. Cumfast.
Dude, it is so funny how when you're young and you're coming fast, you really think you're like, I just don't have the like mental fortitude. Like I'm undisciplined.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you feel like, I don't know, like you should be like some type of shaman or something. Like you
Yeah.
should, yeah.
You have to like,
Yeah.
you
Instead
have to
of
like
just being
zen
like,
your way
this
out of
fucking
coming.
rules, everything's working great.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just wait a couple minutes. And,
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never had this
I
problem.
remember coming fast and being so distraught about it. I tried to do research, and I ended up on a video of Sting from the Police talking about how he does tantric sex and
Oh,
lasts
yeah,
for
he-
hours. And I was literally like, Sting's got the answers, dude. Sting's gonna
Yeah,
teach me
yeah.
how to last.
Sting knows.
Sting knows, dude. Sting's gonna.
Sting fucking knows.
Yeah.
I was looking at Sting from the Police as
I
like a
know.
cum shaman.
Yeah. And he probably had answers, but it's a deal with the devil, dude. Because it's like then you become Sting.
Yeah,
know
then
what
you
I
have to be
mean?
like
Then
a
you
like
yeah.
I was a
candles
16-year-old
and
fat
oil
buffalo
guy.
teenager. Me and Sting have zero things in common. Whatever he can do physically,
You
I
could
was
be like
unable
Sting.
to do. Thank you, man. That means a lot.
Yeah, you could
But
be like
imagine if
Sting,
you
man.
really
all the
committed
shit
to
you
that.
give me. Okay, dude. See?
Imagine if you really committed to
No.
that and you became the guy who's like, hold on, let's just sit close to one another for 45 minutes.
That sounds horrible.
Yeah. You'd
Yeah.
be.
When you're young, you're like,
Disaster.
that would rule to just last forever.
Yeah.
And then when you get older, you're like, what am I? I'm gonna be the tantric sex guy.
Yeah,
no
yeah.
fucking way, dude.
Using like
Yeah.
oils that
Oh.
like fucking
Yeah.
oils that tingly oils,
Oh.
rubbing
Yeah.
down with
Dude,
tingling
that,
oils.
that
Yeah.
makes me. That grosses me out. Just the idea of that. Dude,
Yes.
I once went to a neighbor's house.
fucking
Just the yeah,
rubbing
Another,
oil
another
on a
version
woman
of you
that's
talking yourself out.
that is gross.
It's another version of you talking yourself out of sex.
Yeah, she's like,
Someone's
"Well, rub oil all over me." I'm like, dude, ew.
The very idea of that disgusts me.
And it's so like knee jerk. Like, I look back on all these things I said. I'm like, I hate that it's not like I planned them. And I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna stick up for myself or something like that. It was just like
Yeah.
no, like
you just have no tact.
I'm completely.
We
tactless.
found out he's tactless.
I'm totally
Yeah.
tactless.
He's not great with tact.
Oh,
That's
I
what
don't- I
makes
have
me
no
think I'm like
tact.
you're not the most tactful guy.
Uh,
either.
yeah.
Dude, I have
Totally
zero
tactless.
tact.
I tell you, I called my girlfriend once because
Yeah.
I realized I was talking about a friend of mine who's very charming. And I
Yeah.
called my girlfriend. I said, "Do you think I'm charming?" And she went, "No." Like gut, no thought. No, you're not. Not even. And then she tried to backpedal. Like, you charmed
love
me.
it.
You charmed me.
Yeah.
You charmed me, but I'm not. But you're not charming.
This is one of my favorites. I love this story.
It's totally tactless. Yeah.
It's not charming at all.
Not even
Told you.
remotely. No.
Oh.
Dude, but one time when I was a kid, I went to a friend of mine's neighbor's house because he was friends with his neighbors. So I'm meeting all these people, and they were like woo woo, like chiropractors, who were like just freaky. Like they were like part-time nudists. Like they had one day of a week where their whole family was naked in the house. They had like naked Mondays. It was crazy. And then I saw they had this big bowl of like goop. They had this bowl of goop in like the middle of their like foyer or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, "What is the goop?" And they're like, "That's organic lube. That's our side business. We sell organic lube." So they just had it in like a vat, in like a bowl.
These are predators.
Yeah, it's freaky as hell. And they had
Yeah.
a bowl of condoms too. And then I go, "Why do you have condoms?" Because I'm thinking this is like a married couple in their 40s with like, 10, 12-year-old kids. I'm like, why do you have a bowl of
Dude, yeah.
condoms there?
This is
Yeah.
like
But they were
vats of
totally
lube.
Dude,
unvaxxed, fully unvaxxed.
Oh, they're
Yeah,
old
yeah.
school antibiotics.
I remember I once.
Every kid that I know with openly sexual parents, fucked.
You
Yeah.
can't do that.
Any kid, even if they're like in a healthy marriage that's lasted, like
Yeah.
it's worse than divorce. I think
Yeah.
is,
Yeah.
is a together
Dude.
couple that's like open about how much
Yeah.
they're having sex.
I was like 13. This kid was like 11, and I'm hanging out. I see the condoms. I go, "What's with the condoms?" Like, why does your married father with 2 kids have condoms in his house? And he's like, "Well, Dad had a vasectomy, but sometimes he likes the way condoms feel." I'm like, "Dude, the fact you know that
That's
is
insane.
crazy."
Yes.
How the fuck do you know that?
Right. The fact that those condoms aren't in a like cutout piece of drywall. That's, like,
Yeah, it
covered
should
by
be in a
anus-
safe locked away.
Yeah, the
like-
fact that his sock drawer doesn't have a false bottom, and instead they're just in the middle of the kitchen,
Yeah.
and you're like, "Yeah, Dad likes condoms." Also insane.
Yeah.
I'm like, just be like, "I missed the feeling."
Yeah. On top of the
I'm like, why are they in the? Why can I see them?
Yeah, that has a very tragic story behind it.
Yeah, unvaxxed too. It was weird.
Yeah.
super weird. They're just
Yeah, that doesn't
fucking
really
hippies.
go together.
They're like hippies.
Yeah.
Hippies don't like the bats.
No, they're like full like like horseshoes around. Like no, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where it's like the government's putting fucking bugs in that.
Yeah,
is
yeah.
like a fringe opinion.
He's talking
on-
about his wife's vagina. That's why I put these
That's why I don't.
condoms on.
Dad doesn't eat pussy because of the bugs.
Yeah, mom's pussy has GMOs in it. So.
My wife's been taken over by the government. I refuse to-
She has Monsanto pussy. I don't know.
but I still have needs.
It's subsidized by the big Monsanto lobbyists.
No, you're so right about the overly sexual parents.
You can't do that,
No.
dude.
No.
I always wonder if I'm repressed or normal or what level of, because it's just some spectrum of,
I don't think you're oppressed. You're nicely Catholic.
yeah.
We've talked about
I'm
this.
guilty or,
We've talked about this, like the
Yeah.
guys that talk, like when you meet a guy who talks about sex in detail,
it's disgusting.
yeah.
it's gross.
It's vile.
I hate it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, you didn't have friends growing up?
Yeah,
They
yeah.
told you this is lame?
This is-
Yeah, this
or
is-
just gross.
It's like
Yeah.
gross?
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
It's like, I don't
'Cause
want
I mean,
girls-
I've talked about it on this podcast before. But
I don't know. It's different when
just
you're like
sex in detail.
being
But I do.
funny or
no, but there's time.
someone
there's-
describing
There's
their
a time
good-
and a place.
Yes, there
Yeah.
are conversations you get into twice a year with a good friend where
Yeah.
you talk about sex in detail.
Yeah.
But like the guys who are like every time they talk about, and I was fucking her from behind. I'm like, dude, relax.
Stop.
We're hanging out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
jeez.
Don't ruin it.
Yeah, I don't feel
You're
good.
supposed to be ashamed of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a great Norm joke.
No,
He's
I
like-
haven't heard it.
He was like, people say, sex isn't a shameful act. What do you do when you have sex? You lock the door, you close the blinds. You don't want any to see. That's fucking shame. Like, what the hell is that? It's shame.
Yeah.
You don't want anyone to know about it.
Yeah. You're supposed to be thinking about other things,
What?
Yeah.
like just in life.
Like not sex shouldn't be on your mind all the time.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It
It's-
is. It
yeah.
can't be stopped.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's too powerful of a thing,
Right.
but you're not supposed to be. That's why you should feel shame when you're thinking about it.
Yeah, you should have the feeling of like, what am I, 13 years old?
Yeah.
I think about
Yeah.
sex all day.
Right, right,
Yeah.
right.
I just find out about it.
Right.
I'm
I
just.
could- I
I'm
could be
already.
I
doing
thought I
anything.
moved past.
I can
this.
think about anything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, my sex drive has like definitely gone. I mean, obviously since like being a teenager to now, but it's more dramatic than I thought it would be.
going down.
Like how less horny I am. I thought it would be like a steady decline, but I was like, no, it's like peak horniness, and then I'm just kind of like floating. If that was a 10, I'm just at a 6 now. I'm just kind of
Mine's
coasting.
still pretty strong. It's just like crisis makes it go away immediately.
Or just anxiety. You're like, yeah, of course,
yeah.
That's a good point.
Like it literally is a thing where it's like if I don't feel bad about stand up and stuff, like if I don't feel like
yeah.
I'm just like
distracted and
yeah. It's like I can't. I'm dying. I can't have sex.
Things
right
are going
now.
horrible
Yeah,
right now.
yeah.
What are
Yeah.
you talking about?
Yeah, that's kind of the inconvenient truth, though, is that once you can finally get pussy, you really think about it
Very little.
not as much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The times
I've
I thought
also-
about
yeah.
pussy the most is when I had no skills to acquire.
Right.
it.
That's a good
right,
point,
yeah,
too.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I've
then
been
once you're
in-
like, oh, now I can have it. Sometimes you're like, yeah, but I'm tired.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
kind of like,
Yeah.
I've been feeling down
Saying
today.
no to a
Yeah,
lady,
yeah,
like I never imagined that would ever happen to me.
Yeah. It's
My
like-
girlfriend wants to, I don't.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
never thought that would ever happen in my entire
Yeah,
life.
it's like the best when you don't deserve it.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
It's just sex in general.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
You're like, I can't believe this is happening
Yeah.
to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like hungover sex is fun for that reason because you're like, I'm such a piece of shit.
I
Yeah,
feel
look at me.
horrible.
I'm doing nothing
yeah,
today.
yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Just wasting a day.
Yeah, yeah.
Look at me wasting a day.
Yeah, I wish I was
so hot to waste a day.
It is kind of hot to waste a day.
Oh yeah,
I love that.
that is the dream. That
You
was
don't do anything. You don't feel well. You just watch TV all day. And then you get pussy, and you're like, dude, I'm the greatest. I'm the man. I'm so awesome.
yeah, I'm unstoppable,
Dude, you're like, oh. You move wrong, and your stomach hurts. Like, oh, shit. Fuck. Oh, I had wings at 2 a.m.
I've been having days. These are my. It's so hot here. These are my first days where I don't go outside an entire day, and I wasn't hungover at all. I'm like, I feel perfectly able-bodied and clear-minded,
And I'm deciding
yet
not
I
to
still
go
didn't
anywhere.
go to the outdoors once today
Yeah.
because it's like
so hot.
99.
Yeah,
And
I
I'm
haven't
like,
been
that's
outside today.
that's
yet.
a
Oh, no,
unique
that's not
feeling.
true. I went outside when it was cloudy. It wasn't too bad, like in the morning.
Today was all right. I'm already getting my homeostasis is kind of resetting a
Really?
little bit where I'm like, oh, nice. It's 88 today.
Yeah, yeah,
Nice.
Yeah, it's not too.
Yeah.
It's not too warm.
It's not too hot.
yeah.
Yeah. The
Yeah,
mornings
even
are like
coming
85,
back-
and I'm like,
yeah.
oh, it's cool out.
Oh, dude, I was in Boston. It was like 75, 80 and sunny, and like that
sounds
cool,
awesome.
like New England,
It's gorgeous.
like where the wind is coming through. Like it's like if you're in the shade, it's like perfectly cool,
Yeah.
and the sun is so hot. It was like perfect.
That's
It's so
beautiful.
nice.
And then, but even still, I came back here and I was like 97. I was like, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, I'm okay
You
with
get
it.
used to it.
Expecting 105. Yeah.
Has it gotten that hot? Will it get that hot? Good
Oh,
lord.
yeah. No, it's gonna get that hot
yeah,
for
yeah.
the locals.
It's not peaking right now.
No, dude,
no,
July,
no.
August.
No,
Oh,
we haven't
Christ.
even-
They say
we're
it
like
get-
dipping the toes in.
Oh,
yeah.
No,
Lord
dude,
in
we're-
heaven! I thought it was just gonna be like this for like 3
No,
months.
we're gonna be triple digits for like 40 days.
What the hell?
I think so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they everybody exaggerates. They're like, we got 150 days over 100. I'm like, that's impossible. But I think it is like a month at least, where
Wow.
it's like 100 degrees or more every day for a
Last
month.
year was 90 straight days.
Yeah,
Over
90,
100.
93 months, dude.
So,
Oh,
No, it's gonna be something else.
dude, I was working
and it's a thick heat right now, but apparently that burns off.
like the moisture.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
Like I think
It'll
for the
dry
front
out.
end of it, it's like a wet heat
Ugh.
that doesn't go away. Like at night, it's
Sticky.
still like 99.
Yeah, it's
you know?
and it's
brutal.
more humid at night.
Yeah, yeah.
At night, the
Crazy.
humidity goes. The other night,
That
I was
makes
walking
sense.
around downtown.
Yeah, it gets
and I was
muggy
like,
at night.
Man, I was sweating, and then I checked the weather app. It was like 91% humidity. I was
Crazy,
like, that's fucking
dude.
nuts.
We had to do.
Yeah, where you're like, how is it not raining?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. How is it physically
If
possible
you just like
it's not raining?
poured water into the air, it would just it would just condense onto the ground. Dude, yeah, I was working in a place without air conditioning. It was horrific.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Horrible.
That's like, yeah.
That's brutal.
It was crazy, dude.
You got to call whatever. Well, I don't know.
I gotta call Tony and call out. I'm like, can't come in today. I'm like so
too
busy.
hot.
It's just like hot.
Do you have
It's
like
just so
people
hot.
putting like cold towels around your neck? when you take a
No,
break?
but a guy brought one of those. I was
like an
"That's
ice box
smart.
full of just cold towels.
There's a big ice chest full of ice and water. Like you would die. You know, you'd fucking die.
Yeah.
Yeah,
if you
without the
didn't do that.
water.
You
Yeah.
would, dude. You could fucking. I don't know. The Mexicans handle it fine. Dude, I saw one of them asleep.
Soda.
I just because we do like apartments that aren't finished yet.
Yeah.
And like I just opened a door. I'm like about to install blinds, and there's one just passed out on his back like this, flat on his back on a concrete like unfinished floor. And he's like just on his back like this with a
Oh,
big
dude.
like with a giant 20-ounce like soda next to
Looks
him.
like he OD'd on root beer.
Dude,
He overdosed on 7-Up.
And he wakes up and he goes, "I'm sorry." I mean, you're okay, buddy. You can sleep.
Oh, dude, that- yeah.
And you just wait right back to sleep.
I've said this a lot. I think that's how I learned to sleep on my back. Is just like sleeping on people's couches.
Yeah.
Like if you can sleep on your back, like you can when you it's like less offensive.
Yeah, I get it.
You know, if someone comes into the room, you can be like, "Oh, hey, sorry, I just like dozed
off.
even though you're in like full REM sleep.
Yeah, no, he was
Yeah.
out, dude.
Whereas if you're like fully like, you know,
Yeah. If you're really like, you're all in the fetal.
Someone
Yeah.
walks in, they're like, "All right, it's time for them to go."
Yeah. You're hugging a body
They're really
pillow.
crashing
owning the
there way
couch.
too
Yeah,
long.
Chris, Chris, you got to get up.
Yeah, it's become the womb for you. You're just like, no.
You're spooning my couch. You
Dude, yeah.
got to get up.
But that was like,
Yeah,
he was fully
you're taking
clothed.
the back pillows off.
Hugging it, dude. The huggy pillow, dude.
I sleep on my stomach. It's got to stop.
That's crazy.
It sucks.
I've never heard
Your
of anyone
neck-
doing
It's like, I mean, you're doing nothing. over there. You
Oh,
just gotta
yeah.
get
Probably
up,
from being a
walk
lard
around.
ass. Yeah. Hey, Tubby.
Yeah.
You won't have a back at all much longer. You keep it
Left,
up.
right.
Dude, I remember seeing advertise. I went to New Orleans to visit my brother. He was in law school, and I was visiting him in New Orleans, and I saw an ad there and I couldn't believe it. It was literally, it was just like a public service announcement that was just like, "Hey, get up and move." Like it wasn't like promoting exercise. It was just like, "Hey, like
Movement.
stand up and fake swing a golf club." It was like, and it was just I had a guy in an office just get up and be like, and then like sit back down. And they were like, that was the level they were at in New Orleans.
That was
just
the
like,
New Orleans
WHO's
is
PSA
crazy.
to New Orleans. Was
Dude,
you should-
Louisiana is a different level of fat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's like, do anything.
New Orleans airport, it's crazy.
Oh yeah,
There's just some big people there.
yeah.
Yeah, Kansas City was pretty bad too.
I can believe that.
Ohio was some of the biggest fails I've
Ohio.
seen.
I feel like the Midwest and
Yeah.
like the South is like just brutal.
But I
Like
feel like they're
Missouri.
getting into the fields and doing some labor there too, right?
Yeah, but not.
No?
Yeah, but who's doing that? You know?
Yeah, just riding a tractor,
yeah, they're not doing it. Yeah, exactly.
just sitting down all
yeah,
day.
they're just sitting down, all lazy ass farmers.
Dude, I still every time I'm driving and I'm tired and I see like a fucking truck that I know has a bed in the back, I'm like, damn, I wish I could. What it would be like to drive a truck with just an apartment just right behind you.
Yeah, you like that?
I'd love it. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I'd lose my mind in about two days.
Truck driving?
Yeah, it'd be brutal.
I think I would like it.
Semi?
Yeah.
Oh,
I think I
God.
would like it.
Yeah.
You just pull. I mean, I'd probably be not so on time with all my deliveries, but I would
Yeah.
like because I'd be sleeping in the back a lot.
You
I'd
just-
only be doing it for the room in
How
the back.
cozy it would
be. Yeah.
That's the part of the fantasy to use, the coziness of the back cabin.
Yeah, yeah.
Interesting.
It feels like a treehouse or like a
yeah, I actually do
like
like
your
that.
own like when you build a fort in your parents'
Yep.
like living room.
There was a closet that
I think
my
I'd be
folks,
a dog shit truck driver. I don't think I got that in me.
No, you'd just be yapping on the CB all day.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You'd
dude.
be
I
yapping on the CB out there.
can't. No, I can't be. I would start.
You'd be like, how's everybody doing out there?
Yeah, that's what I would be doing.
You'd be like,
You're right.
Luke, this is for business calls only. Please do not.
I'd just be crushing audiobooks,
Oh, yeah, that'd be nice.
just listening.
I think they don't let you listen to music or something.
What?
Maybe I'm wrong about that.
No.
No, they have to let
That's
you listen
ridiculous.
to music. That's
That's
crazy.
oppressive.
I thought they only made you could only listen to like,
Big radio would like come after
Talk
them.
radio.
Yeah, yeah.
that's a good point. There's radio. I heard
Yeah.
something they're not allowed to listen to something. It might be they're not allowed to like put a show on or something, something crazy.
Like watch TV.
Yeah, you can't watch TV. You can't have like a screen of any kind.
It
Is
just
maybe
be
what I
so
heard.
funny. Every truck driver's got those like Apple Vision things on.
Yeah, it's just a translucent office over the road. Pam, you are a Mitch. Yeah.
They're like, "You're making your way across Tennessee?" He's like, "I'm actually in Atlantis right now." It's pretty nice. Pretty good.
Just in a VR
He's just putting silly VR over
at a table with family and friends.
Yeah.
He's just playing poker. Yeah. Dude, you ever see that cow with the VR? That made me really. That's
No.
dystopian and sad.
They put a VR headset on a cow.
Yeah, and like
That's fucked up, dude.
and like measured its like stress hormones. Like it's in like a warehouse with in like pitch darkness, and then put like a meadow VR, and it like the cow completely bought it.
Really?
It was like, yeah, it like became like notice like lower cortisol, higher, serotonin. Like
That's
it was
like,
like
exactly
a happier.
the Matrix.
Yeah, it's
But
100.
yeah.
I
Literally.
guess probably good.
Right, but it's just you see the through line there to
No.
where
Yeah,
we
yeah.
where we end
that
up.
pisses
yeah.
me off,
Yeah.
though.
Yeah.
Don't put your escapism and nihilism
cows?
onto the cow. The cow likes this world enough.
Well, no,
I
it
know
had
it's
a
in a
miserable
factory
life in
about
a
to be
factory
slaughtered.
farm. I
Yeah.
mean,
Oh, they took a factory.
it was like
Yeah.
they put it in a bad environment that made the cow unhappy.
But it was
And
they probably took it out of a nice one.
I don't
Yeah,
know
yeah.
what I don't know where the cow's from.
This is let the cow go to a real field, and he'll like the field fine.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
But it's just as good. It works just as well for
Yeah.
him to think there are like other cows around him, to think that he's in a meadow.
Dude, I was reading
It does
about
feel
AI.
like eventually, yeah, you'll get plugged into the Matrix.
Yeah.
And then people not in the Matrix will be like in like they'll feel like they're in like a hippie commune kind of thing. You'd be like, all right, dude, I get it.
Yeah,
You're
Mr.
off
Cool.
the grid. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But
dude, the guy,
all the money's in here. Yeah.
Yeah.
one of the guys from OpenAI who's in charge of security and safety, he left the company, and he has like a severance package, which it comes with a bunch of like vested equity in the company. And part of his deal, when you leave the company, they make all the employees sign a non-disparagement clause, so you can't say anything bad about them after you leave the company. And he was like, "No, what you're doing is fucked up. It's gonna like ruin the world." And he was like, "I don't even want the stocks." And it was like $1.7 million of equity, which
Damn.
in 20 years is
He's
gonna be
gonna
like
get-
$30
yeah,
million.
yeah.
And he was like, "Nah, it's too fucked up. Like I have to say
Jesus.
something about it."
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really bad.
Yeah, it's gonna get spooky, dude.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Yeah,
It
it's
makes me
just-
scared.
Yeah.
I don't like thinking about it.
But
It
yeah,
does
when that
feel like-
when AGI when they finish that.
What is AGI?
AGI is when AI can not only teach itself things, it can teach itself things and decide new things that it wants to learn. Basically, it's
God.
not human programmed; it's adaptable.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you program it not to learn. Like AI is programmed to learn a set of information that AI companies give them. So that's
Yeah.
why all these AI companies like OpenAI are getting sued by like the New York Times and stuff, because OpenAI is feeding the chatbot read a million New York Times articles, and then that's how the chatbot learns to talk and give answers and know
Yeah.
what things are. But this AGI will know, oh, I want to learn things. I'm gonna go find the New York Times without you putting it in there.
That
Like
makes
the
sense.
And more
AGI
than,
will learn.
more
I
than
want to learn
that,
about
it'll
fishing.
be like researching topics.
Sort of
on its own.
independently.
Yeah, yeah.
It wasn't told to.
Like instead of being fed a bunch of resource material and like having an opinion based on that, it'll have its own like.
yeah. Is that
Free will to
artificial
choose
general
what-
But I
intelligence?
think that they said that's like
Yeah.
a pretty big leap to make. But
They
Yeah.
think that
Feels-
there was a guy in this article I was reading that says 2027. He thinks that it could be fully developed, at least in like a prototypical stage,
Jesus.
and it's
mean,
gonna
that
have
would be-
free will to decide what it wants to learn.
yeah.
It's gonna be fucked.
Yeah.
I was reading this. I was like, why? Who
Yeah.
wants this?
Yeah.
Why?
Well,
mean-
there's like those accelerationists and like, do you know what I'm talking about? Where
No.
they're just like, yeah, fuck it, just develop things as much as humanly possible, and then whatever consequences come up is worth it because of the advance of technology. Like, they just generally believe that progress is always going to be good, which is pretty stupid.
yeah,
That's retarded.
yeah,
It's like we will, have access to the technology, and then we can decide if it's good or bad, kind of thing. It's just like it's
Yeah.
the thinking about if we could more than if we should type of thing.
It's also like,
Yeah.
what's the end? The ultimate end goal would have to just be to extend life. But it's like 70 years that ends in 1998 is definitely going to be better than 110 years that ends in 2060. Like those
Yeah.
extra decades of dystopian life it's not better because it's more.
yeah, exactly.
Quality over
It's
quantity.
quantity
baby.
of life rather than quality of life.
Yeah, I don't know. What if it is like it just is good? You know,
It can be good. I mean, we talked about
There's
this.
just no like you don't feel good about anything because you like. There's just too much.
It's really like Brave New World shit. Dude.
Like where you're like, yeah, why? Like if you could feed into a thing, like I don't know. I was talking to this about with Tommy, where it's like it'd be sick if you can get like if watching sports, you could just have old commentators, the commentators that you like, just announce
Oh yeah, they definitely
current games.
That would be sick.
You know what I mean?
It's gonna be a
yeah, and you're
it's
like
gonna be a bunch of
It
shit
changed
like
my
that. Bring John Madden back from
yeah,
the grave.
yeah,
That'd be
yeah,
lovely.
just like
If I get 110 years of Madden, that's a different story.
like, one of your Bob Costas do badminton. Fuck
yeah,
it, you
it's
know.
just like just have that, and it's like you know, it's like instead of being like, oh, did you see so and so's new special? It's just like, no, I just asked them to make one with that guy for me.
Yeah, but that sucks.
I know, but what if it was really good?
It
Yeah.
will be that. The
And then
thing
you
is,
go,
like, it
I'm
will
getting
be really
exactly
good.
Make me
what
a
I
Greg
want.
Giraldo special.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that'll be
yeah.
awesome. I mean,
Just
they did it with
like that.
Carlin. They did like
Yeah.
a bad one with Carlin.
They did a shitty AI.
Yeah, there's like
Carlin
an AI
special.
Carlin special. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
I didn't
there's-
listen to it, but
Yeah, I didn't.
no, it's
listen to
really
it
bad.
either.
It's gonna. I feel like it'll maybe be like things will be labeled. It'll be sort of like organic versus GMO type thing, or it's just like, oh, this is labeled like a real human made it. You know, it's like
Yeah,
authentic and more expensive, and you're like, well, isn't this the way things are supposed to be? And you're like, yeah, but you know, it's really cheap to do it this way.
Yeah.
and you're like, oh fuck.
you'd have to have like a big cultural shift.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just
Where
it
you're
just
like-
feels like the culture will not be able to adjust to the technology very quickly.
Dude,
like,
Yeah, it's just communists.
do you know the Amazon shop was just Indian guys watching it?
Dude, this yeah.
So funny.
What?
Do you remember like the automatic checkout Amazon thing
Yeah,
where you could just put things in a bag? You never had to like. It was literally like outsourced Indian people watching people shop and like dictating what they got. It was not automated.
right.
It was just like exported work.
That's crazy.
Isn't that insane?
Yeah, it's
That's
insane.
terrifying,
Yeah. It was
That's
just way worse than a
terrifying.
robot doing it.
dude. That almost reminds me
Not
of
to
like
disparage Indians,
yeah,
but
yeah. There's like a team of people. I assume a massive team that like cleans up YouTube, like
Yeah.
watches all the stuff that gets posted that shouldn't be posted on there.
yeah.
And that it's like they get like fucking PTSD from.
I
Just
can't
like-
imagine.
Yeah, yeah. They're just having to watch.
Like a beheading, and you're like,
Yeah,
good
or,
lord.
I mean, I think like way worse than that. Yeah, yeah.
oh.
way worse.
Like really shitty crowd work.
Yeah.
If someone asked me, would you rather watch an ISIS beheading clip
It's just a guy alone in a room.
or a
like,
bad comic doing crowd work? I'm like, I will
dude.
always watch ISIS beheading.
100%.
Every single time.
Yeah.
It's not even a question.
Yeah.
Some dude that works for YouTube just alone in his room with the blinds just closed. He's like, where am I from? I don't know where I'm from.
Yeah.
Who am I dating? How long? When did we really meet? I don't
Y'all
know when we
fucking-
met.
y'all-
Just going like, how could all these people not know?
Are we really? Is anybody from anywhere? When did I meet you? I don't know. I could have met you.
Yeah.
I could have met you.
It's your wife you don't know when you met her. The worst one is like the man and woman have different times for when they started dating. How many times have you seen that?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And she's like, "Oh, you've been dating 6 months." You ask her, "You've been dating 3 years."
It's good stuff.
Good Lord in heaven. Yeah, I'm gonna start doing heavy crowd work.
All right, guys, that's episode 1.
Hell yeah.
You stick
nice.
around for the page?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm down.
yeah.
Let's do it.
All right.